Have you ever felt bombarded by stress and anxiety, struggling to remain calm in a world that seems increasingly chaotic? Maybe you're juggling job pressures, relationship challenges, and personal doubts, wondering how to maintain your composure in the midst of it all. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor from the 2nd century, faced monumental responsibilities, ruling an empire amid wars, plagues, and political strife. Yet, through his Stoic practice, he discovered an inner calm that guided him through turmoil. Today, we'll delve into Marcus Aurelius's timeless wisdom, exploring how his personal reflections, captured in meditations, can help you master your emotions, find resilience in adversity, and cultivate a sense of peace no matter the circumstances. If you're ready to learn how to harness your mind for tranquility and steadiness, you're in the right place. Marcus Aurelius, 121 to 180 CE, was born into a noble Roman family, eventually adopted by Emperor Antoninus Pius and groomed for leadership. As Emperor of Rome from 161 to 180 CE, Marcus faced nearly constant warfare on the empire's frontiers, rampant disease, the Antonine Plague, and immense political pressure. Despite these trials, he became renowned not just as a capable ruler, but also as a profound Stoic philosopher. His personal journal, now known as Meditations, was never intended for publication. It's a private conversation Marcus had with himself, filled with moral reminders and philosophical insights. Remarkably, it's these raw, introspective notes, written during military campaigns and in times of crisis, that have made Marcus Aurelius one of history's most revered Stoic thinkers. Today, his words still speak powerfully to anyone seeking self-mastery in uncertain times. To appreciate Marcus Aurelius's approach to inner calm, we need a quick overview of Stoicism. Founded by Zeno of Citium around 300 BCE, Stoicism teaches that virtue is the highest good, and that living in harmony with nature, accepting reality as it is, leads to tranquility. Reason and self-discipline help us navigate life's ups and downs without being ruled by destructive emotions. Key Stoic concepts: focus on what you can control. External events aren't fully up to us, but our thoughts, decisions, and reactions are. Live according to nature. Recognize the natural order, accept inevitable changes, and align your behavior with rational, ethical principles. Virtue as the only true good. Fame, wealth, and pleasure can vanish, but virtue, wisdom, courage, self-control, justice remains within your power. Emotions are judgments. Negative feelings often arise from faulty perceptions. By adjusting your viewpoint, you transform emotional storms into clear-minded responses. Marcus Aurelius exemplified these ideas, but he added his own reflective flair in Meditations, bridging lofty Stoic principles with real-life struggles. In Meditations, Marcus frequently returns to several core themes: impermanence of life. He reminds himself that all things, empires, reputations, physical beauty, fade over time. Reflecting on life's brevity helps maintain perspective and reduces attachment to trivial concerns. Duty and moral purpose. Marcus believes each person has a role or duty aligned with their nature. For him, it was being a just emperor. For you, it might be your profession, family responsibilities, or creative calling. Fulfilling that duty honorably brings internal peace. Control of mind. External events and other people's actions lie beyond our full control. But your mind, your thoughts and judgments, belongs entirely to you. This mental sovereignty is crucial for maintaining calm. Universal brotherhood. Though an emperor, Marcus emphasizes empathy. We're all part of a global family, sharing the same logos, rational principle. Recognizing our shared humanity fosters compassion rather than frustration. Acceptance of fate. Also known as amor fati, or love of one's fate, Marcus repeatedly encourages welcoming whatever happens with a spirit of cooperation, seeing each challenge as an opportunity to act in accordance with virtue. These themes converge into a singular vision: By controlling your perspective, fulfilling your moral obligations, and accepting life's flux, you can stay composed under any storm. One of the most striking aspects of Aurelius's writing is his consistent self-reminder that anxiety stems from wrong judgments, not from the events themselves. Suppose an enemy army threatens Rome's borders or a dreaded disease breaks out in the city. Marcus can't wish these crises away. However, he can control how he responds. Revising perception. Instead of labeling a situation as catastrophic, see it as a test of your resolve or an occasion to practice courage and prudence. Practicing detachment. By mentally separating what is a challenging fact from fear-laden interpretations, this is unbearable. You maintain calm and rationality. Staying present. Marcus endorses focusing on the immediate duty at hand rather than spiraling into worry about future calamities. This approach to anxiety remains deeply relevant. Worry often arises when we catastrophize or imagine we can't cope. Stoicism says, "No, you have the inner resources to adapt. Just see the situation clearly, do what's in your control, and let the rest unfold." Marcus Aurelius frequently references the transience of life. He contemplates former emperors, great philosophers, entire civilizations that rose and fell, reminding himself that all these once critical matters have vanished. This reflection on impermanence can sound somber, but for Marcus, it's liberating. Humility. Realizing everything changes reduces egoistic concerns about personal legacy or success. Reduced anxiety. Recognizing that outcomes are often out of our control helps us surrender unnecessary worry. Enhanced gratitude. Awareness of life's fleeting nature urges you to cherish the present moment, relationships, and moral opportunities. In Meditations, Aurelius writes, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." By keeping death in mind, he encourages us to act with honesty, focus, and grace, rather than fretting over minor irritations or illusions of permanence. If there's one Stoic principle repeated like a mantra, it's distinguish what is up to you from what is not. Marcus Aurelius applies this daily, reminding himself that, up to me, my thoughts, intentions, attitude, effort, moral choices. Not up to me. Other people's opinions, weather, politics, random misfortunes, even certain health issues. Rather than being passive, this clarity is empowering. By pouring energy into what you can directly influence, your mindset, your actions, you become more effective and less frustrated. Trying to micromanage or obsess over uncontrollable outcomes only breeds stress and disappointment. Marcus demands you own your mental sphere and engage the world from a place of inner autonomy. How does Marcus Aurelius's Stoicism translate into everyday life? Consider these modern parallels. The overworked professional. A manager drowns in endless emails and unexpected crises. Instead of fuming over each problem, she notes what's in her power, clarifying priorities, communicating calmly with her team, staying level-headed. She can't control external market forces or the final result, but she can maintain ethical leadership and a balanced mental state. This shift from reactive stress to proactive calm mirrors Marcus's approach. The anxious student. A student frets about exam outcomes and future job prospects. Aurelius's Stoicism suggests focusing on their current study method, daily discipline, and mental resilience. By controlling their effort rather than panicking over results, they remain calmer and often perform better. Even if they don't get the exact result they hoped, they retain self-respect for having done what was in their power. In both cases, Stoicism changes the lens through which adversity is viewed, from overwhelming threat to an occasion for practicing self-control, patience, or courage. Here are 5 key practices inspired by meditations to cultivate inner calm and self-mastery. 1. Daily reflection. End each day by journaling or reflecting briefly. Which impulses did I control well? Where did I succumb to anger or anxiety? This self-honesty fosters growth. 2. Morning intention setting. On waking, remind yourself, today I will meet challenges with patience and keep my mind free of negative judgments. Marcus often reminded himself each morning that he'd encounter selfish or irritating people, so he could remain ready to respond with virtue. 3. Obstacles equal opportunities. When you face a setback, an argument, a delayed project, ask, what virtue can I practice here? Patience, kindness, clarity? Shifting from annoyance to opportunity for moral exercise transforms frustration into composure. 4. Memento mori. Gently remember your mortality. This isn't morbid. It's a wake-up call to live more ethically and genuinely. By valuing time, you reduce petty worries and focus on meaningful actions. 5. View from above exercise. A classic Stoic practice. Imagine seeing your life from high above, your city, your planet, realizing how small daily problems are in the grand scheme. This fosters a calm, broad perspective, reminiscent of Marcus Aurelius's cosmic viewpoint. Implementing even one of these steps daily can build mental resilience and a sense of internal mastery reminiscent of the emperor philosopher himself. While Stoicism can be transformative, it's sometimes misunderstood. Emotionless robot. Stoicism doesn't demand suppressing all feelings. Marcus Aurelius experienced sadness, frustration, and concern, but he aimed to guide these emotions with reason. He recognized that destructive emotions, like blind anger, stem from flawed judgments, not from the inherent evil of feelings themselves. Passive acceptance. Accepting fate doesn't mean never trying to improve circumstances. Aurelius was an active ruler, legislating reforms and leading armies. However, he balanced action with realism about what he couldn't dictate, staying mentally unfazed by factors beyond his scope. Isolation or indifference to others. Marcus repeatedly urges empathy and collaboration, seeing humanity as interconnected. Stoic self-mastery is not selfish detachment. It's clarity, moral purpose, and compassion for the human collective. Keeping these clarifications in mind ensures you embody Marcus's Stoicism in a balanced, life-affirming way. Marcus Aurelius's story is unique. A philosopher-king grappling with the burdens of empire while striving for serenity within. But his core lesson applies to us all. True power begins with mastering your own mind. By directing your focus toward virtue, controlling your judgments, and welcoming fate's turns, you find a stable sense of self amid external chaos. Modern life often feels as stressful as ancient Rome. Endless demands, career pressures, social upheavals. Yet Marcus's Stoicism proves a steady anchor. You can remain calm by recognizing what's truly in your power: thoughts, actions, moral choices, accepting the rest with grace, turning adversity into a chance for ethical and emotional growth. This approach doesn't guarantee you'll sail through life's storms unscathed, but it ensures your inner state remains unshaken by fleeting events. Like Marcus, you become the ruler of your internal kingdom, an emperor of self, if you will. Why do centuries-old scribbles from a Roman emperor still resonate? Because they address something eternally human: the quest for inner calm and ethical living in a world that's rarely fair or predictable. Marcus Aurelius was no stranger to worry, heartbreak, or frustration. His journal entries reveal a man fighting to stay virtuous under immense pressure. That candid struggle is what makes meditation so relatable. It's a manual for self-leadership, leading not an empire, but your own thoughts and behaviors. The real revolution happens inside you, day by day, crisis by crisis, as you choose to respond with composure instead of panic, kindness instead of cynicism. In a single line, Marcus Aurelius challenges us to rule ourselves well. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. May his timeless Stoic wisdom inspire you to find your own strength, your own calm, and your own unwavering sense of self-mastery. Thank you for joining me on this journey.